My name is India and I've almost finished the combined Masters and PhD in clinical neuropsychology, and I enrolled back in 2017. I kind of fell into it. I know that sounds a little bit cliche, but I did some first year units way back when I started, and then my interest in psych has kind of just kept growing from that, and here we are. I think just more broadly, I really like learning, but I also think after doing the honours here, then realising that if you want to do a PhD, you've got that opportunity to work really closely with supervisors that are experts in a field that you're interested in, and to kind of, come up with research questions and test hypotheses with them. So I think that's super valuable, and yeah, it was something I was really interested in. So I have 4 of them. Basically, when I started kind of looking into doing a PhD, I had a look around the school and saw what kind of topics and researchers were around and what people were doing. I met with a couple that were looking at things that I was interested in, and then basically it was a case where I said I wanted to work with someone, and they also had to then agree to want to take me on as a student as well. Probably patience. I think a PhD is a long process. It took me about 5 years, and you have to just kind of learn to chip it away slowly. And also probably being able to know when it's better to just put the work down and leave it for a few days and then come back to it with fresh eyes later. I think not to compare your PhD journey to somebody else's. So everyone's process of how they do a PhD and how long it takes is really different and depends on the person, and you just can't compare your journey to somebody else's. My supervisors might kill me, but I reckon I would have kept up with the reading and the literature a little bit better. It would have made writing those kind of end sections a little bit easier. So yeah, just maybe pushing a little bit more to keep on top of that stuff. Having friends you can talk to that are also in the same boat. I'm pretty lucky that I've had a group of people that are also doing a PhD, and you can either rejoice or commiserate with them when you need to. And also, I guess, kind of like I said before, just knowing when you're better off putting it down and leaving it for a few days and then coming back to it later. So it kind of all happened really quickly, and I wasn't expecting it, I guess. I'd had the document kind of ready for a little while, and then we did some final reads with myself and my supervisors, and then it was just kind of ready to go. So I submitted it via email, and then a couple of weeks later I did a walk with some of my friends and supervisors and lab mates up to the Graduate Research School, and took some photos and collected my finished mug, which was very special. I would say to be patient with yourself. A PhD is a journey and it can take quite a while. And also don't compare your PhD journey to someone else's. Just kind of stay in your own lane and yeah, do what you can. 100% yes. I'm going to say that maybe I'm a bit biased at the moment because I submitted it not long ago, so I'm kind of out of that really stressful phase. But I think you learn so much, and you also kind of pick up so many things that you aren't expecting to learn from doing a PhD. So yeah, I'd definitely do it again. I think I would be working in a role that has a combination of some research, but also in clinical practice as well. And I think they go really well together in that research can kind of guide what you do in your clinical practice. So yeah, a bit of both.